We're back home, baby. We're back home. I'm so excited to be back home, guys. Genuinely, it was like, don't get me wrong, being on the road and like vacation and all that stuff. It's nice. It's nice, but at the end of the day, as the saying goes, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. But real quick, wanted to shout it out. Maria, good to see you. AFAF, Jay Hart, Dan Jones. Good to see you guys all in here. You got a nice early start today. So I've also been watching the Champions League games and stuff like that. It's been the match we have on here locally is the Tottenham and Barcelona match, which honestly has been relatively entertaining. Let's be real about it. Right now, Tottenham should be equal, but, it is what it is. Justin, thoughts on Adam John? Listen, I'm stoked up. If you guys didn't see anything that I retweeted from Phoenix Rising yesterday, Phoenix Rising signed a class MLS talent in Adam John. He scored the last goal against Atlanta United in Atlanta for Columbus Crew. And I'm excited to have somebody with the MLS experience that he has coming here and bringing his talents to Phoenix. It's got to be awesome. And then on top of that, from talking to him yesterday, Justin, I know you probably saw it, but apparently he might come on the show. We might be getting a Phoenix Rising player to come on the show, guys. That'd be awesome. Real quick, I wanted to say, AFAF, I saw that interview that Jose did talking about the players and stuff like that and who's going to be playing and whatnot. And honestly, I'm really confused as to why you would even you don't need to bring in to say, okay, hey, listen, Mason Greenwood and Mason Greenwood's going to be in the squad. We're going to have a couple youth players in the squad. We'll just see if we can't get them in. That's all you got to say. You don't have, because then at that point, if you don't get them in, you don't get them in. It is what it is. But Connor Park asks, what is my dream United 11 of all time? Oof, that's a tough one, man. Because listen, here's the thing. Ultimately, we've had some of the best. Honestly, you could make an argument that England's, the Premier League's best all-time 11 is all Manchester United. You could make the argument. Now, personally, you'd probably say Thierry Henry should probably get in there as a striker. You could maybe say someone like Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard could get into a midfield. You could maybe Alan Shearer. But at the end of the day, you can make an argument for every single position to be a Manchester United player. That's how great Manchester United has been. So, I have to ask, which transfer rumors do you actually believe for United? Now, Justin, that's a great question. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But first, let's get into this. Let's get into this preview a little bit here. So we've got our match coming up against Valencia, and honestly, I'm expecting this match to be greater than our last match against Valencia. It just should be. That match against Valencia was honestly the most boring game I have ever watched in the history of me watching the game. I'm talking, I literally fell asleep. That's how bad that game was. So guys, I think Arthur wants to already get his appearance in. You guys are going to get an Arthur sighting in early. Come here, Bubs. Come, you got to come over here. You can't, come on. Oh, I know it. There you go. He's very happy that Dad and Mom are home. Very happy. But anyways, I'm sorry, guys. Hey, Bubs, are you ready to get down? Can you go ahead? Thank you. Okay. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. We're this match against Valencia should be 10 times better than the one. Oh, you guys right. We're gonna start working on the prediction thing because I might have to do that pre-recorded and then like kind of show it like on a camera or something like that. We'll figure that out. But I was saying, guys, this match against Valencia should be better than what the last one was. It's just the truth. Like, genuinely, that match had no excitement to it whatsoever. Like, none. So, automatically, it can't get any worse. Like, genuinely, it can't get any worse. But I'm a little bit more optimistic for this match. I'm going to say that this game will be won by us 2-1. I'm going to say we're going to win it 2-1. I think it's going to be automatically more exciting. And you guys remember beginning of the season, there was all that controversy surrounding Valencia about how they were going to be upcharging for the game. I remember all that story coming out about it, about how Valencia was upcharging for the game against Manchester United. All the games, really. They were just going to be charging extra money to the visiting fans. And honestly, screw those guys. Like, to just upcharge people just because like it's the away fans, that's some bull crap. You know? And Mr. Exclusive, so he just said it, and I was going to make sure to mention it eventually because the Huddersfield game isn't too far out. Mr. Exclusive's going to the match against Huddersfield, and we'll see if we can't get him to do a little bit of a match day vlog. Could be fun. But, guys, so I'm going to get into my my Manchester United 11 for today, for the match tomorrow. And ultimately, based on Mourinho's comments, I'm guessing we're probably not going to see either of the two kids that were brought up with the squad, unless literally like everybody in the team went down overnight and like it just wound up happening. Like, I don't see Mason Greenwood getting into this, which sucks. I would love to see Mason Greenwood in a squad like this. Harry Kane's got a one-on-one. Oh, my God, Harry. Harry missed a horrible chance there, guys. But I would love to see Mason Greenwood in this game tomorrow just to make a sub-appearance. Like, we've already secured second place. We're not going to get first place with Juventus playing young boys. Juventus could probably run out their youth squad against the young boys and probably win it. I'm just saying. Like, it shouldn't be a problem for them. But, you know, we've got a decent match coming up. And I was looking forward to this Valencia match no matter what. But I'm going to say that our starting 11 is going to be a little bit different than what it has been based on the fact that, like, we have so many people down with injuries right now. Like, it's honestly getting to the point where it's getting a little ridiculous how many people we have down with injury. Like, almost our entire center back pairings have been completely decimated. The only two people that I'm pretty sure are healthy for this match are Eric Bailly and Marcus Rojo. I'm pretty sure there's only two healthy center backs, which is absolutely insane to think about because that's who a lot of us fans have been clamoring for since the beginning of the year, to see Rojo and Bailly playing together. And we might actually get the chance to see it tomorrow. That's what I'm predicting. Dan, I agree with you. Dan said, I swear we have to have some of the worst physio. I completely agree with you. Like, I don't get how we have this many players injured. Like, it is a little ridiculous, isn't it? But, so I'm going to go with, we're going to have De Gea in goal. We're going to have Valencia playing on the right. I think Delo will get a rest in this match. And I think that Delo will actually get 2 matches off because I do not predict that he will play against Liverpool. I think Mourinho will think that's too big of a game for him to start him. I'm making a prediction. I don't like. Obviously, he started against Arsenal, and he did pretty dang good against Arsenal. Just my opinion. And then he did really good in our last match against Fulham. But I'm going to say Valencia is going to start this match. I'm going to say on the right, we're going to get Bailly and Rojo as our center back pairing. And then I'm going to say we're going to get Darmian on the left. I don't know what's happened to Luke Shaw, but does somebody know if Luke Shaw's injured or something like that? Linton, good to see you in here, man. I'm happy to see you live. I know you've been really busy recently, man. But yeah, if anybody can tell me what's going on with Luke Shaw, I haven't seen anything official from him. His training has not improved the players and keep injuring the players and keep. He came off injured against Southampton, but don't know who. See, and Dan, that's the thing is I didn't really notice him super injured or anything like that, and coming off of the pitch. Which is why I'm kind of confused. I would think that this would be a good match for him to get back into if he's fit, but I don't know if he's fit yet. So I'm going to predict that Darmian's going to start on the left. I'm going to say this. Get this. I'm actually predicting this midfield 3 against Valencia because it's already secured and wrapped up. I'm saying we're going to get Matic playing at CDM, and then we're going to get Fred and Pogba in the midfield together. I'm saying we're going to go with a 4-3-3 in this match. I think Matic, Fred, and Pogba are going to get the start. I think no matter what, Pogba's starting tomorrow. But besides that, I'm not 100% certain on anybody else, especially with Liverpool being at the weekend. Shaw will start against. I hope so, Jay Hart. I really do. Is Martial? So I thought it was some cramp, but maybe. I mean, Dan, you might be right. I know Martial is injured, but I don't know to the extent Martial is injured. I mean, I would hope that he could be maybe back for that Liverpool match. He does like to play against Liverpool. But so Matic, Fred, and Pogba would be a pretty fun midfield to play in. Oh, Justin, that makes sense. Yeah, the classic jersey curse. You're already allowed to invest in shares in your state if gambling is illegal. So, Mr. Exclusive, are you talking about am I actually able to buy stocks in Manchester United? I'm just curious. Didn't know Jose say Anders. Didn't Jose say Anders start? Listen, Dan, if he did, I didn't see the full interview. I just only saw bits and pieces. The interview isn't available on MUTV until later for some reason for me. I don't know. But if Pereira is starting, I would love to see Pereira, Fred, and Pogba start in the midfield. That would be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal to see that in this match. Who's wearing but then, so get this, guys. So I'm going to say that our front line is going to be Mata on the right. I think Mata will get the start in this game. I'm going to say Rashford is going to be on the left, and then Lukaku is going to be up top. And here's the reason why. So, J Hart, the music in the background is actually Christmas lo-fi hip-hop. Christmas lo-fi hip-hop. I'm actually relatively enjoying it. It's kind of calm, kind of soothing, right? But I do think that Mata will start in this match. I could also see Mata this being a 4-2-3-1 and Mata playing the 10. But I think that ultimately, I think we will get unless Martial is back. I think we're probably going to get a front 3 in that Liverpool match of Lingard, Rashford, and Lukaku. But I do think that Lukaku will start in this match against Valencia. It should be a good one for him to get back on form and get back to, continue scoring. Especially in the Champions League. I don't think that he has scored in the Champions League this year yet, has he? So, Tango, you're going with Romero, Valencia, Bailly, Rojo, Darmian, Fred, Pereira, Pogba, Mata, Rashford, Lingard. Listen, and that I would love to see that. I would absolutely love to see that. But Lukaku, this is a good match for him to start and potentially get some of that goal-scoring form for Champions League into the round of 16. And I'm not predicting we're even getting out of the round of 16. I'm not. But it all depends on who we're going to play. But I'm going to be interested in seeing how we will line up in this match tomorrow, with it being kind of like we have nothing to gain but nothing to lose kind of match. It just is. We don't have anything in this match that ultimately is going to affect anything going forward. But just to talk about Valencia real quick, guys. So in case you guys didn't already know, so I mean they have 1 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses in the group. Both of their losses coming against Juventus. They have a draw at home, a draw away against Young Boys, and then they have a draw against us at home. Well, Barcelona just scored, guys. Oh no, he was offsides. Dan, you're going with De Gea, Valencia, Rojo, Bailly, Darmian, Pereira, Fred, Pogba, Mata, Rashford, Lukaku. That's not a bad shout. I think we'll get a lucky draw in the round of 16, get to the quarters, and go. Listen, and Tango, I think that could be decent. If we get a lucky draw, I mean, ultimately, we're going to wind up playing one of the top teams, basically, no matter what. Like, no matter what, we're going to play one of the top teams in the round of 16 because we are the second-place team. It will be interesting to see who we get matched up against in that round of 16 matchup. McTominay plays center back. Listen, Jay Hart, I think we can all see that happening, too. I do think we could all see that happening. I think ultimately, though, this is a good game for Bailly and Rojo to get some game time in and allow them to continue to build on something, especially coming up against a match against Liverpool that we're going to need quality defenders in it. And Dan, you said it exactly right there. We all thought Sevilla was a lucky draw, but I mean, listen, if we can get out of the round of 16, I'd consider that a relatively successful Champions League, all things considering. But so Valencia have scored 4 goals and allowed 5 in the Champions League. And then I wanted to talk about just a couple of their danger men really quick, because having only scored 4 goals, I mean, it's not like we've been scoring goals for fun in the Champions League either. But so Santi Mina has scored 2 of their goals, and then Batshuayi, he scored 1. Batshuayi, it's fun. You guys should say it with me, guys. Batshuayi. You guys know you want to do it. But he's scored 1 goal for Valencia, and then Carlos Soler has also scored 1. They do have Rodrigo too. Rodrigo's somebody that always pops up as like a striker in your FIFA teams. You know, like whenever you're scouting players, he almost always pops up. Listen, you guys all know you want to say Batshuayi. Come on, you have to emphasize the Shui. It's the best. It's hard to be. It'll be hard to even be mad if he scores because everybody's just gonna be going back. Gotta have a little bit of fun, right, guys? Yeah, the Batman is awesome. I mean, honestly, like I actually would be interested in seeing him come here to kind of be like a backup striker. I think it could be a good shout. He did a good job of that in the World Cup. But I think that this matchup against Valencia could potentially be a decent one, especially all things considering what we've been doing in recent games. I mean, we had a decent game against Arsenal, we had a good game against Fulham, and then now going on to a team like Valencia that they did kind of, I mean, granted, we both limited each other. Like I feel like nothing really happened in that match against Valencia at home. It's just the truth. I feel like nothing happened in that match against Valencia. But I mean, we have like you guys have to say it. There is the possibility that we could get first in this group. There's the possibility that we could, but it would require Young Boys beating Juventus. Young Boys aren't beating Juventus. They're not. So we'll roll on with it and we'll see what happens. But I do think that this match should be a fun one no matter what. Oh, shoot! Jay Vibbs, my 300 subscriber. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, guys, I'm officially, thanks to Justin Vibber. He is a Phoenix Rising supporter, and he's also a friend. He is my 300 sub. So, guys, I'm officially at 300. Haha, 300. I look like I could be in the movie 300, don't I, guys? Look at me. I look good. I totally have a six-pack and don't have all this fat right here. Definitely don't. Linton, no, we will not. I mean, Mourinho said that we're not going to see Greenwood, so I'm going to believe Mourinho when he says we're not going to see Greenwood. It sucks because I would really love to see Greenwood in a match like this. I would love to see Greenwood start in a match like this that ultimately doesn't matter. We're not going to finish above Juventus, and it's not like we can get third either. So might as well play a little bit more of a unique lineup, kind of run some people out, especially with, and I can't emphasize this enough, especially with Liverpool being at the weekend. And just so you guys know, tomorrow starts the build for the match against Liverpool. We're going to be live twice tomorrow. We're going to do a Manchester United weekly show, and then we're also going to do the review of the Champions League match. So I would say this match, it historically would have been a match where we would have played some youth. We would have probably played some fringe players. And that's where I can see like this lineup right here happening, because Valencia, Darmian, both fringe players. I mean, Baye and Rojo, you could say, aren't fringe players, but they need to get some form back. And then if Pereira is playing, I do think this is the perfect game to get Pereira, Fred, and Pogba all in the midfield together. Get the band back together, you know? I think it'd be fun to see, because this matchup against Liverpool is going to be a tough one. We all know it. And Doug will be joining us on Friday for our preview of that match. I think we're going to actually probably have 2 United fans and a Liverpool fan joining together to get I think we're going to get Craig, I think we're going to get Matthew, and we're going to get Doug all in the show. I think it could be really, really fun to be able to get like a big old show for that preview. Kind of have it be a little bit longer, and we could even really incorporate more live fan opinion. I think it'd be really, really fun. 2 versus 1 unfair match. Listen, I could find another Liverpool fan. My brother's a Liverpool fan. I'm sure that he'd be willing to join us if he's available. So, but ultimately, this matchup against Liverpool, I think, is going to be a fun one. Everybody knows that in a derby, all form goes out the window. It doesn't matter what you've been doing recently. You could literally have lost 5 straight, and I would still say we don't know what's going to happen. And you guys know it as well as I do. Liverpool haven't beaten us in a while. It's been a long time. So it should be interesting. So Tango said if it was down to me, it would be Romero, Valencia, Rojo, Baye, Shaw, Fred, Pereira, Garner, Chong, Rashford, Greenwood. I like that lineup a lot, Tango. I do. That would be a fun one to watch. So if I was able to run out, my 11, I would probably run out to give De Gea like a break, if you want to call it. Like, we all know that goalkeepers don't really need a break. Like, De Gea could probably start every match as long as he doesn't pick up an injury inside of a match. So, but I would start a Lee Grant in a match like this, or a Romero, depending on, who you wanted to start. But let's be real, Lee Grant is a 100 rated goalkeeper. I don't get why Lee Grant isn't starting over De Gea. I'm just kidding, guys. Come on now. But Lee Grant, the homie, you guys already know. I'm just surprised that we haven't seen more of a backup keeper situation going on. But I think it'll be good to see. I think this will be a good match to put in a backup keeper, play Delo, play Rojo and Baye because they're your fit center backs, Play Shaw on the left if he's fit. Play Fred, Pereira, and Pogba in a midfield because it's a match that would allow them to get together and play together again. Play them in that midfield, and then play a Chong on the right and play a Greenwood up top, like to start them. I would start Chong and Greenwood in a match like this because ultimately, like I said, at the end of the day, this is a match that it doesn't matter. You can go out and go play on the European stage and go do you. Go show your talent. It'd be amazing. League Grand FC, baby. That's the real FC. We already know. You already know it's League Grand FC up in here. It's because he's bald. Yes, it's because he's bald, but it's relevant. Irrelevant. And Tango, I would love to see Angel Gomez too. I would honestly almost be like consider not even having any veterans really on the bench because you don't need to win this match. You're stuck in the position you're in. You just are. So I would love to see Angel Gomez in this match, just like Tango said. But this should be a fun matchup, ultimately, because I think no matter what, it's got to be better than that last one. The one where we were all falling asleep watching it. It's got to be better than that. It just does. So I would say it's got to be more fun. And I'm going to say a 2-1 would probably be pretty appropriate based on current run of form. But so Justin asked me a question a little bit earlier. I'm just scrolling back up to find it. Sorry about this, guys. Just trying to find it real quick. Justin, why am I not seeing your question in here, man? What the heck? Oh, so he said, have to ask, which of the transfer rumors that you've seen involving Manchester United do you actually believe? So listen, I ultimately believe that the Pulisic rumors could be true. The Pulisic rumors could be true. I believe that I do believe the Ndombele rumors could be true because here's the thing. I look at Ed Woodward right now, and I believe that he's going to be looking for players that could fit the next manager. Players that are like overarching, like kind of, in a sense, marketable people. I think that we could see Pulisic later, Tango. I hope you have a good night, man. Hope you're able to join us sometime soon. Listen, Koulibaly is an interesting one. I don't know if Koulibaly would be one that we would try and do though, because he is a little bit older. I would like seeing the stuff that came out this week from the former Manchester United scout saying that he was basically standing on the table saying we have to go get Mathis De Ligt or De Ligt. I'm sorry. Sander taught us all how to say it. It's De Ligt. But I look at what Ed Woodward's going to do if we do buy anybody in January. It's going to be people that are there for the next manager. It's going to be people that are kind of more of a marketable type person, like a Pulisic, like an Ndombele, people that will have an overarching like appeal to them. And people that could be good for another manager. Because ultimately, we all know that Mourinho probably wouldn't even play anybody that was brought in unless it was literally like Toby Alderweireld or something like that. And I can believe the Toby Alderweireld rumors just simply because Toby hasn't been playing all that well for Tottenham. And when he has been playing, like, it's like he's getting benched. Like, he gets benched a lot this year, like, which is interesting. But at the end of the day, like, they're probably just getting ready to get rid of him because he's going to cost too much money to re-sign. And they're like, you know what? Let's get some money for him. So I would be interested to see Toby Alderweireld come here, just because he has been one of the best center backs in the Premier League. I would like to see somebody like that come here, just for the simple fact that And get rid of Phil Jones, for God's sakes, in his bloody pink boots. I think we have our next manager already lined up, and he's got players that he told Ed he would want. Listen, Dan, I actually could believe that too. I honestly believe, this is just me, I honestly believe that our next manager is already lined up. I do think that our next manager will likely be Pochettino. I don't know why. It's just something like it's like that itch in the back of your head that like it just stays there. Like I've just got that feeling that Pochettino is our next manager. I've got that feeling because ultimately, I think that you think it's Jardim and it's been agreed. Dan, that could be right too. You could be right with that one. But there's something in the back of my head that's just saying that it's gonna be Pochettino. And the reason being is that we're waiting until the end of the season to limit the amount of money we would have to pay out Jose, and that we would also have to pay to get Pochettino. It's just my opinion. Now, I'll probably wind up being wrong. I mean, there's thousands of managers that could wind up being. We all know that. But I think it would be interesting to see Pochettino come here. I do. I think a lot of people would agree with that as well. So I look at Manchester United, the business, and I think that Pochettino would be a good business decision. And then waiting until the end of the season to fire a manager that would cost a lot of money to fire in the middle of the season is also a good business decision. So, I mean, Manchester United, if anything, runs effectively as a business. As stupid as that is to say, they do run effectively as a business. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because, I mean, it's my first video back. You know, we'll wait till May so he'll get less. Exactly, Jay Hart. Exactly. But ultimately, so actually, real quick, guys, give me your score predictions. If you're watching live, give me your score prediction. Let's see what you all think, because I would love to know what your thoughts are about the match. I'm going 2-1. I already said that. I think it's going to be a lot more interesting of a game than the last one, but that was already a given, you know. That wasn't a goal? Weird. But if anybody wants to get their score prediction and get it now, go 2-1 United with Rashford and Pogba to get goals. Jay Hart's going a boring 0-0. God, I hope not. That's a good save. Well, looks like nobody else is going to get their prediction in. So, guys, I'm going 2-1. I think that we'll win this match relatively easily. I actually think we'll score first. And we'll go from there. But I can't wait to see you guys. We're going live twice tomorrow. Matthew's probably joining me both times. I'm so excited for that. Matthew's finally kind of wrapping up school and everything like that, so he doesn't have as much worries. So, but it's going to be fun to get Matthew back on the stream, guys. It's going to be fun to just get guests back on the stream in general. So, but guys, we'll see you tomorrow. And just thank you so much for joining me. You know, this was our first one back, and it's the first one I've been able to do in my studio in a while. It's been over a week. So just wanted to say, as always, God bless you guys. I genuinely love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for getting me to 300 subs today. It really is appreciated. Genuinely, thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. But God bless you guys. Love you guys. And just remember to keep doing you because genuinely you guys are awesome. Thank you.